final predictions of the Champions League final. And I got to start with, it's always sad with seeing that that's going to be the last game played by Toni Kroos with a Real Madrid shirt, okay? The retirement has been announced. One of the best midfielders I've ever seen. A midfielder that is going to be in 7 finals of the Champions League. This is massive and could have the chance of winning 6 Champions League in his career. A winner, one of the most efficient midfielders I've seen too. And he didn't miss, Toni Kroos didn't miss a pass for 8 months. 8 months. Ridiculous. That is German efficiency in full effect for a football player. And with him returning to the German national team, playing in home soil, of course, they are contenders to win it with Virsan Musiala. It's Toni Kroos effect. Toni Kroos effect. But in the final.
It is.
How are we feeling
But in
here?
the final. Oh my. Well, as we started out this podcast, this week has been transformational in people's thought. And as you had poignantly laid out in the FA Cup, Manchester United beating Manchester City before this was seen as potentially being a massive, bigger upset than if Borussia Dortmund beat Real Madrid. And now this is a one-off, and Real Madrid will be out without Tchouaméni. We also watched Bayer Leverkusen not just get beat, but beat handily by Gasparini's Atalanta. So now we're looking at a situation where, Dortmund might be a upset, might be the underdog heavily, but understandably so. The betting odds are improving a little more in their favor, just based on this. So based on Dortmund in the Champions League, completely exorcising the whole Bundesliga season where they underperformed. They have really good defense at this moment in time in the Champions League. But is that going to disrupt Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham, Eduardo Camavinga? Is it going to upset the Vinicius Juniors of the world? I still can't see a way through it, Alex. So Real Madrid will win this, but it will be very close. It will be, I think there might even be a shock first goal by Dortmund, followed by a Real Madrid remontada, as we've seen previously. But that's it. I got to stick to the guns here, say Real Madrid's going to win this thing, even after we watch Giants in Bayer Leverkusen get slaughtered, and we watch Giants in Manchester City in the FA Cup in just the last 5 days, get slaughtered. This could be another Goliath going down.
It could be. And in Terzic, though, we have our reluctancies towards saying things like that. At least I think you do have. But it's true.
He's no Gasparini.
Exactly.
No Gasparini.
Exactly. But you said it. The path of Dortmund towards getting to this final is magnificent. Okay, in the Champions League, they had the group of death at the beginning of the competition. They went through a PSG. They went through an Atletico de Madrid. Tough teams in this season. Okay. And yeah, they deserve totally the position that they're in. Sancho, Ian Maatsen, good transfers done. Loan transfers in this case. Mats Hummels, that doesn't get selected for Germany. He has 2 man of the match performances against PSG. He could go bold in Wembley. We could see an historic game by Mats Hummels. Marco Reus that could leave in his last game winning a Champions League. It's just so bold. It's Toni Kroos and Marco Reus's last matches in both teams. It's wow. We're gonna witness history. We're gonna witness history. And too, let's be honest, Breton. If Real Madrid does not win the Champions League, there goes Jude Bellingham and Vinicius Junior's chances towards winning the Ballon d'Or. And Kylian Mbappe will be massively happy because he has the chance to win it with France winning the Euros. And for PSG, Mbappe has 308 games, 256 goals, 95 assists, 15 titles, and he will be remembered as the best PSG player in their history. I'm sure he wants to leave with a Ballon d'Or win. That's why he will go to Real Madrid. But going back to what I was saying, I'm going to put my bets on Real. I think Real Madrid is going to win this game. The resilience, the 15th, is going to happen because Vinicius Jude. The locker room is just fixed in. And mentioning
It is.
the difference between Real Madrid and Man United, because the magnitude of both in terms of commercial base, I'm not going to say they're similar, but they do range the whole entirety of this world, okay? But the main difference is, you see this season Ancelotti and you see this season with Erik ten Hag, both had injuries consistently with key players. But Ancelotti, regardless of that, he ends with one loss in La Liga, and he is in this final because of the strong group that he's connected and the team that he can build like the Christmas tree. He can put Vinicius, he can put Rodrigo, he can put Jude Bellingham, he can put his best stars playing in the best team. So I'm really going to give a big prediction towards Real Madrid winning this game in the Champions League final, because I want to see Toni Kroos winning it in his last game for Real Madrid. The last game in the Bernabeu was like, I'm happy they didn't lose, okay, to Betis. 0-0, okay? That would have been tragic.
And I'm also happy that they didn't lose any players to injury. But the only big update here is that Aurelien Tchouameni will not be part of this. Obviously, we've said that name previously in terms of absences, so it's not something that they haven't prepared for. But on the other side of things, Dortmund has nothing to lose.
True.
Dortmund has, I wouldn't say equal support, but has some of the craziest support and most rabid support on this planet. True. On this planet in all of world football, right? And this is a chance. This is the first chance they've gotten since the 2-1 loss to Bayern at the exact same location. And I'm not talking myself into a Dortmund win, but there is a reality where they do exactly what Atalanta did to Leverkusen. There is a reality where Julian Brandt puts one from 20 yards out in, where Adeyemi gets clear behind, where they poke and prod and they actually get a goal or two, and they can hold on because their defense has been stout. But it's just a difference between Bayer Leverkusen not having necessarily been to a Europa League final, playing for something of that nature. They're just coming off of their first ever Bundesliga title win. And Real Madrid, it's muscle memory. They've been here before, right? So I don't think they're going to get blitzed like that. I don't think it's going to happen that way. But man, the narratives, the stories that would come out of this, Sebastian Haller, you've got Julian Brandt at his best, could have played for a top 5 club in the world, right? When he was at his absolute best, okay? He has shown glimmers of that multiple times this season. Why not in the Champions League final? And Mats Hummels obviously has been there before. He's done it. So I would love it if it kind of continued, but I still think it's going to wind up with a Real Madrid 2-1 win. That's what I'm going for.
Extra time, or is it going to be in the full 90 minutes? Do we believe penalties could come?
You know what? Screw it. Extra time. I think it's going to be one in extra time. I do think Dortmund's going to put up one hell of a fight.
And this is the prediction. Since Rashford scored in the FA Cup final, and he was not selected by Sancho. No, exactly. Sorry, since Rashford scored in the FA Cup final, and he was not selected by Southgate, maybe we could see in another final Jadon Sancho scoring, and he wasn't selected by Southgate too. That would be interesting to see. But let us know down below. Will it be Vinicius Jr.? Will it be Jadon Sancho? Will it be Füllkrug, the striker of Dortmund? Let us know in the comment section, and like this video for more short videos just like this here at FC Wonderkid. A la Madrid! Come on!